So, hello everybody. We are live again from Cobalt. This is an outfit for match, and this is RBRN versus Hut, the first against the eighth outfit. And well, just received the tell, but hopefully nobody saw that. And my cat also arrived. So, my co-caster for tonight is StrikingSpliff from Reapers.
Hello everyone, I hope you're looking forward to some blue on blue killing, one of everyone's favourites.
Yep, we enjoyed that the most. And what can we expect for tonight?
I think it's just a very difficult match for RBRN. Quite impressed that they've all managed to turn up. They've got a full 48 people here. I don't think anyone's going to beat Hot from the looks of their last match.
Yeah, based on their performance until now, I just don't think that there's any outfit who seriously thinks that they can beat Hot. Maybe only Hot can beat Hot currently on Cobalt, and that actually well gives the question that maybe the three-way fight on Desolation was a better idea, because this match may be not even a challenge for Hot, and on Desolation at least they could have done some 1 versus 2 to equal out the scales. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely a bit more sort of natural balancing occurring on Desolation compared to Nexus. Lots of matches have been very one-sided. I think the 1 versus 4 bot match that's currently going on is turning out that way.
Yeah, 1 versus 4 was just starting with half a squad down, as I saw, so they were pretty unlucky with that. Yeah, but from the stronger outfit side, it's actually quite good that they don't have to deal with the double teaming. But from everybody's else perspective, this is just well, boring, I would say.
Yeah, I think if there was betting allowed for this, people would be getting particularly rich betting on the favourites, because the favourites are pretty much always winning in this format. Perhaps the devs need to set up a sort of a cert bookmakers, so you can bet on the results and win a bazillion certs back when Hot win this match.
Yep. Now that we are actually through the qualifiers, we can just think back all the matches that how many surprise results was, but I can remember only 2. And one was when boys could beat RBRN in one of I think it was maybe in the second round. And another surprise was that 1vs4 managed to beat Broken Arrow in their first match. And I just can't remember any other match where the paper form was just well, turned upside down.
Yeah, I can see why the sort of truly competitive players like the 1v1 format, but I think there'd probably be room for the 3-way fights that are typical in Planet Side. It does sort of provide that natural balancing between the outfits and make the matches more interesting to watch in terms of who's actually going to win.
Yeah, and also we got that map ready, so I'm throwing it in even just as a well, in a matchmaking system would be just probably more fun to anybody than some of these 1v1 matches, because it's pretty rare that the teams are close to equal and the match is just ending up on who has the most bases instead of just did you manage to cap the warp gate or not. Yeah, but well, first against the last, RBRN got nothing to lose, so maybe they just try to decide to do something flashy, like to make themselves be remembered.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if they've come up with some original strats to try and deal with Hot.
To be honest, I don't think that they can just deal with Hut. Like even if they pull the hard counters, Hut is like Like not even Dior could make a dent on them. And well, RBRN is mainly a casual outfit, not even stacking up. They have some alliances running. Basically, RBRN is the joint force of three NC outfits of the original NC Reborn and Oops and TDKD.
So you think Hot are possibly going to speed run through this match?
I think they will try. That's the only challenge they may face in this match, that how fast they can win.
I'm going to have to search through Reddit later and see if I can find who's got the quickest match so far.
Yeah, and I see some comments in the chat about let's just check the base cap timers. So you got a 2.2 minute cap in the middle, a 4-minute cap on this base, the Wargate flank base, and a 7-minute cap on the Wargate itself. So if you have no delays, like literally you are just rushing through, then it's 11, 13 minutes, 20 seconds, just the cap timers, then I think we can count 10 seconds each for the actual flipping of the points, which brings us to 30 minutes, 50 seconds. And well, there's also travel time, at least to the first bases. If you are good enough, then you can organize already pre-caps that you already start flipping right away. So maybe 15-minute win is possible if your opponent is really bad and they just can't even flip a point for a second on your main route. But I think that's not something which will happen in this match. Like maybe under 20 minutes, but still, like RBRN had some really good turret positioning and engineer gameplay against us in their last qualifier match, which can hold them for at least a few minutes. I'm sure about that, but we will see.
No, they have some good leaders and some relatively good players as well in that sort of a team of 3 different outfits, but just not quite on Hot's level.
Well, nobody's on Hot level.
Yeah, no, I think they proved that in the Dior match.
Yeah, probably. I think that's really a matchmaking system, and just let the community organize their own outfit wars could work the best. Because if this would be a serious outfit war with community organized, then probably we could have seen a lot more close matches. I still think, or I would like to believe. And we got 1 minute 20 on the clock.
Yeah, maybe something a little less serious. I know plenty of people in our outfit that are long-term players and good players don't want to play. They don't want to play against stacks, or they're only going to play in a match if it's convenient for them at a convenient time. They're not going to go out of their way to attend an outfit wars match.
Yeah, and you could organize the more equal ones, and you could just avoid the stomping kind of matches. Yeah, and even if they just put like all 48 guys into their Wargate base and try to survive as long as possible, that could that absolutely ruin a speedrun, which I personally don't really expect to have happen. I mean the speedrun part. And 10 seconds and the match starts.
Yeah, I would be impressed if they managed to push back in on 48 hot players on point. That would be impressive for them.
Both teams full numbers, 48 versus 48, and the match is starting. Left side, this team is hot. Oh, and they are almost doing a classic Reaper opener with the tanks and Sundies.
Clear out of that area.
Let's see the other team. Oh, I
Reborn
see a lot
definitely
of...
contesting, yeah. Lots of ESFs, a couple of gals.
They seem to have a Jammer Galaxy too. But don't ask me to tell who is winning this fight, because it's Reaver versus Reaver.
Yeah, that makes it very difficult. I think Reborn have managed to take down a couple of the Reavers, but we'll see how
They
the fight goes.
definitely have the numerical advantage in the air because of the hot air opener. Oh, and here are my favorite bursters. An upgraded version of this idea is if you just try to also land a Lodestar next to them so that they can survive an orbital. Just saying for any other team who is watching.
I think they got two of them down there with MGs with mastheads.
Yep, but they seem to be on the wrong side of the mountain. Like, I mean, they should be on the southern side to have more targets, like maybe above here.
Reborn were going with sort of 4 rep gals. They're down to 2 rep gals. They've been focused. And Hot also have rep gals crafted.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Hot won the air battle, and the leftover of the Reborn Galaxies is falling back to their orbit. Let's look on the map. No caps. What? No caps? Okay, SATCOM just started. Yeah, it's going by Hot.
It was to be expected, but they've done quite well. They lasted a while there for the first airborne.
I'm not sure that an air opener in this kind of situation is a good idea. Like, when you know that the enemy air is better than yours, then...
They found the burster maxes. I'm just watching them get wiped out.
Oh, I see it too. They were just focused down in that pocket, and well, that position was just not the best for them because they just didn't really have a line of sight on good targets.
They didn't even bother switching from air to ground. They just used the standard laser guns to kill them.
Yeah, and Hot is also taking Granite Head, so they just cleared the enemy air, and now they are just casually trying to walk through the bases. Bitter Gorge not yet started. But SATCOM, and that seems to be going for RBR at the moment. Oh yeah, SATCOM is completely seems to be avoided by Hot.
I think, isn't SATCOM Hot and then Granite Reactor, isn't that RBRN?
Yeah, it's just funny that Hot got Vanguards outside of the tech plant, and Sun did too, and just basically waiting for their infantry, I would say.
I mean, I can see RBRN are sort of on the points here at Granite Reactor, but Hot have got the gals on the roof just waiting to go.
Oh yeah. How did actually RBRN even get here? Can you see a spawn?
I see somebody on the map, but I'm not sure where. Oh no, it's a Hot one.
Victory has not eluded us. Fight harder.
I'd expect Hot to just push in and steal this at the last minute. They have all the spawn options.
Yeah, and they seem to have galaxies all around the place. But still, RBRM managed to slow them down here. Oh, and actually RBRN just left the timer on Arasaka. They completely abandoned. There's just literally nobody on this base, and the cap will go through to RBRN. Probably they used all their pop to come back here to Granite Head. And they are holding the B point, slowing down Hot.
It's RBRN red and Hot or blue.
I set up RBRN to blue for myself, but
okay.
they are actually the red Warpgate team. And well, Bitter Gorge is
RBRN are still fighting here at Granite.
Yeah, and they are dropping on Bitter Gorge.
I think that's it for them. Though. I think they got pushed off B.
Yeah,
Some nice
galaxies
points.
are also just a good tool to try to compensate if you got a smaller air force or a not as good air force. But Granite had went through for hot. And also they stole SATCOM. Or was it even just a hot cap? Sorry, that's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
bad.
it was a hot cap.
But they just left it there for the last 30 seconds. And already a cap going on Nexus Secure. To be honest, at this point, Bitter Gorge doesn't really matter. Oh, full squad of RVR and got destroyed by AA, and thanks.
Yeah, they were on that open point there, the A point, and they're just getting it hammered.
Oh, I'm at Nexus Secure for now.
Okay, I'm at Bitter Gorge.
Because the cap here is already going and smokes are coming. So I'm moving out. Let's see if RVRN is actually trying to come here. Usual us on the outside next to the fence so that you can jump in. RVRN Reavers arrived, but getting air hammered after drop. Yeah, at this point the question is that did RBRN already fall back to their middle base to secure their warp gate?
They've still got some people here on the B point,
You
but
are better than
Mr.
this.
Dubby, it's
Show
true,
them.
is putting in some work on them.
I just quickly change
I
my...
think they're nearly wiped here off the B point.
This will be much less confusing like this, because RBRN is the red warp gate team. They are coming out with 4 new galaxies. And more galaxies, but the galaxies are just getting destroyed on their way. Like this focus fire from the vanguards, like the vanguard walkers, and they may even got some Sundays around here and hacked onto your terminals. They just devastated the RBRN drop.
Yeah, and you see 6 Reavers sort of closing in on them. I mean, the airball is drunken dogs. It's drunken dogs, guys.
Yeah,
he's flying around alive in the wreck yards.
Also, maybe if you try to do a drop tactic like that, just let the first galaxy be empty, because usually that's the one which will be get focused. Oh, and the hot Sunday is still up. It was defended. Probably at this point it's time for RBRN to fall back to their warp gate. Oh, point is flipping. Or was flipping until now. Oh,
Oh, hero move with a shotgun there.
Yeah. Jackhammer, you mean? Oh, it was definitely a jackhammer. And he's still alive. Keeping the RBRN hopes alive.
Oh, nice.
And somehow they reinforced with a squad.
Enemy engineer spotted. See if you got your bonus tag.
And the smokes arrive.
It looks like Hot made a bit of a mistake. It looks like they're already on the Nexus.
Yeah, and they just started the cap on Argent Pass. But they got a few guys pushing the point, slowly clearing out RBRN. But RBRN comes back with a revive grenade.
Hassan has been locked down by the new conglomerate.
And Bravo NC for locking down Hassan. More RBRN reinforcements arrived.
Well, they're doing well. They just need to get that Sandra and defense will be complete.
Do they get this on the outside?
I think I see a Sunday outside. I imagine it's a hot one.
Oh yeah, the hot stealth Sand is still up behind them, but RBRN doesn't really seem to have any spawns around here. Like I assume that... Ah, they actually got the spawn room, so... But they got some problems with their hammers.
Yeah, outside it looks like they've stirred up a nest of angry Reavers.
Oh yeah,
Mano is
that's
with you. Do not
7,
falter.
8 Reavers there hammering their spawn room. Probably time to get the mastheads and the
Oh,
bursters.
there we go. I was wondering when that was going to happen. One of them crashed into one of the galaxies. It's difficult to have that many Reavers in a close space without flying
Oh
into
yeah,
each other.
another galaxy incoming and shut down again. Yeah, at this point, like, not even the locons
Rise
can
to the
help you.
moment
Like,
can prevail.
running out is pointless. You just have to put bursters and clear the sky, or just enough mastheads to. Oh,
Enemy
somebody
heavy.
got decimated, or got crashed by another Reaver. Even if they would drop a Citadel shield, that would not help them.
I think they should probably just give this one up and go and try and defend on the other side. Push the timer back a bit on that.
Yeah, as I see, there's less and less name in the spawn room here. They got one squad left here, but they may be just redeploying back somewhere.
I think they're thinking about it. I've got all their pop here on the map still. No, it's
Yeah, they
probably
gave up.
not.
Next is secure. Let's check Argent. Yep.
Oh, it looks like they're lining up a load of vanguards in the warp gate. Yeah, I can see they've got maxes as well. That they're headed for the point. Looks like they're just going to set up for a defense and try and hold Alpha for as long as
Leave the
possible.
restricted area immediately. You are
Yeah,
in a
they
restricted
can still
area.
try to disrupt hot with backups, like even just for 30-40 seconds, if you can manage to slip through a stealth Reaver with an infill, Stalker infill, and just be annoying on a point. That can win some time for you.
Well, and from the warp gate, it's less easy to do things like hover galaxies directly above the point because they're just going to be shot from the safety of the warp gate.
Yep, but based on live experience, vehicle ball is just a hard counter for air. But we can see that Hot got at least 3 vanguards on the southern side, clearing out the enemy vehicle push and killing the vanguards one by one.
Yeah, I don't too
Clear
often
out
see
of
big
that
vehicle
area.
balls from RBRN on live. Yeah, I see that some of their gal pilots are now down there in the vehicle ball as well.
Yeah, but they only try to go for the southern side, or are they going for the northern one too?
You are in a restricted area.
Well, looks like they're splitting their forces.
Because their southern push is slowly getting grinded down by hot vanguards. Basically, all RBRM vehicles will be down any second.
Yeah, they've been flanked by TCT.
Where is that southern vehicle push? Oh, they.
They had a lot of air focused on them and they got flanked.
Yeah, but this is a kind of active defense
area is
which can
restricted.
actually work for them too. Like, I see a lot of Walker Tracers and Skyguards. And, well, but Hot is still managing to get through airdrops.
Yeah, Hot have got guys on the A point now. Reborn dropping an orbital on the point to try and clear them off. I think they managed to
I
sneak
think
a
that's a
Sunbeam
hot orbital to
Oh.
clear out all the Reborn turrets and maxes, maybe. In the last match we have seen some pretty nice max play from Oh, that hot max
Yeah,
has
Hot have got a Sunday underneath. Not sure how they got it there, but they've got a couple of Vanguards now and a Sunday underneath.
Yeah, their vehicles just cleared out the RBRM vehicles and now pushing in. Like in the last match against Dior, Hut had a really good max tactic with basically organizing like kind of death squads of their maxes, like one max constantly escorted by 4 or 5 soft infantry to help it out, and it was really efficient against Dior. Like they constantly counter pushed the enemy attacks, and well, it was just a sight to behold. But
Reborn tried to push in. They managed to get some guys to the point, but looks like they're all died. They should probably go back to the warp gate, pull vehicles, and just try and wipe all the hot spawns again and push in.
At least half of their platoon could do that, and the other half could keep up the pressure from the spawn room just to... Oh, where is the door? Guys, don't smoke. It's bad for your health and also ruins casting. Yeah, Fremok was in a Vanguard, but as there are no Colossus tanks on Nexus, is just not a challenge for him to flip anything, so probably he just didn't do it. Like he flipped 2 Colossus at one of our old event in one evening.
Or if you look at the warp gate, there is the most massive amount of anti-air fire coming out. Yeah, they're coming out in force from the warp gate again in vehicles. I'm not sure about that Citadel, but there we go.
Yeah, the Citadel is mainly helping the Reavers at this point. It's basically just an obstacle for the ground-to-air anti-air fire. But the RBRM massive vehicle push may just clear out all the hot vehicles. And that's why I said that you need at least 1 or 2 infantry squads keep pushing from the spawn, because you just have to keep the pressure up, otherwise they will just react on the flanks, and they just bring in new Sandys and vehicles.
Oh, the pressure's getting better on the south side. On the north side, they seem to be stuck in those little hills and in their bubble. Oh, nearly a flip Vanguard there in the tunnel.
Oh, flipping Vanguard is so easy. But that's a pretty cheeky hot Vanguard up on the slope.
Oh, there's one more hot Sunday, but it's gone.
Yeah, but now they still have to take back the point, and I see already a few hot maxes in there. Like they are probably grouping up for their movement.
Yeah, pushing half of a point is not an easy task.
Like Dior could not do it. But well, match is already going for 19 minutes, so...
Enemy max spotted.
And RBR and infantry is arriving to the point.
Hot haven't even really set up a defense on the point. There's no anti-infantry turrets. They're just pushing out further than the point and just farming like crazy, I guess.
Yeah, the same what they did against Dior. Like they are using the maxes as the setup. Like the maxes are their infantry turrets and barricades. They just counter push. This is how you efficiently defend the point. You don't let the enemy group up, but kill everybody before they could do anything with you. And an impressive
they're pushing all the way out towards the warp gate. The maxes are outside.
Yeah, because they have to kill the enemy spawn. If the enemy loses the spawn, then it's they're just losing so much time. But smokes again.
There's one Vanguard here from RBRN who could be having a field day if he's got any accuracy.
Yeah, but
if it was a Hesh, he'd be loving it, but I guess he's got AP.
Yeah, but Hot is basically killing everything and everybody down here. They literally just counter pushed an RBR and max push.
If RBRN push now from the spawn room, I think Hot would it'd take them too long to get back from there now.
From this they are already running. From this position it's like 30 seconds to get back on the point, or 20, 30 let's say. Well,
just brutal levels of efficiency from their infantry.
RBRN pushing northern side, but I just literally can't see shit from the smoke.
Oh, those smokes.
Oh yeah,
I think they're going
Hot is just counter push them and is clearing the room. That's yeah. That's exactly the game you should play with the max. They just came through one door and break one side of the RVR and push and counter the push completely. And they had to be orbital to stop them, but maybe RBRN can get back on the point if they all push the point instead of this flank door.
They could, they're getting quite close.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on.
Oh, they are on the point.
They're on. That's amazing.
Yeah, they needed that orbiter to clear the hot maxes, but if they...
Oh, that's a competitive resonator. They pushed from behind and just wiped him out.
Yeah.
Oh, at least they briefly flipped it.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any orders from the command Hot, or they've just been released to roam around and just get as many people as they want?
I think Hot is just all veterans. You don't really need to give too many orders for this kind of players, because if you just tell them that hey, regroup on this side, push maxes, and they will just do the rest, because they know what you mean. You don't have to explain anything. And I just remembered that I completely forgot about my beer.
Well, it's Friday, you should definitely get one of those in your hand.
Yeah, just for the good health. And GG for Hot.
Well, very much as expected.
Yep.
You've got to respect RBRM for putting the effort in
up,
and trying.
yeah. And they managed to flip that point, even if for a few seconds, but they managed to touch it. They managed to break Hot even for that few seconds. That's
they got a sniff at that point. I didn't think they would even get close to it.
I don't think that anybody thought, but they still did it. That was a nice play from them, and well, I was thrown out. Well, I think nothing very surprising happened here. Unfortunately, everything as expected.
No, I think it's very hard for anyone playing Hot. So, respect to RBRM for turning up and giving them a good fight. Or at least the best fight they could give them.
Great, thanks.
And
they seem to be gathering up in the sanctuary.
Yep.
They're very hard with this this map. Sort of vehicles having a limited movement compared to Desolation. No construction, just leaving it to air and infantry.
Yep, but still I think RBRN managed to do a good vehicle push when they grouped up in the warp gate. They managed to clear like all of the Hot vehicles around the warp gate base.
Yeah, I did that twice. That was quite impressive. I mean, they definitely still have some room for them. It's just their mobility with all the mountains and sort of the limited road system. Whereas Desolation was very open, and they could open fire across, many of those donut bases.
Yeah, and on Desolation you could have Colossus tanks also playing on tier, which was quite fun.
Oops, sorry.
You
The suit should cut you a bonus check.
I don't know, maybe a clever construction element might be something that, I don't know, something like 1 versus 4 could use to disrupt top.
Wow,
Or
who won the other match? Let's check it. Yeah, that's expected. And yes, Broken Arrow got the other match too. So maybe next week it's Broken Arrow hot, and Broken Arrow can give. They got a quite good winning streak in these last 2 matches, building up. Maybe they can show something against Hot, which we haven't seen before. And everybody is grouping up here. I just missed the pink maxes.
Yeah, I mean, Broken Arrow definitely got some good, some pilots. But I think what we've seen from the hot pilots, especially against the Auras, they've got some really, really good pilots that are used to playing together.
Yep.
And then the infantry, I know Broken Arrow have got some good infantry. They've definitely got good players on live and do a good point hold, but Hot just looked particularly impressive in the match we've seen so far.
Yeah, like what they're doing with the maxes is just really, really hard to counter. That aggressive max group up and movement is just, well, probably nobody knows the counter for that at this point.
That was all me. Sorry.
Well, probably you just need another outfit like Hot with grouped up the best players. Maybe on individual level Hydra could match them, but I'm not sure if Hydra is disorganized.
Need someone to man this gun.
Let me hop in.
But well, anything to add, or I will just close the stream.
I owe you.
No, I think that was it.
Okay, then thank you for watching and have a nice evening and a nice week. Goodbye.